80,000 people have tested positive for the coronavirus. But the actual number of infections is thought to be much higher. Though hundreds of thousands of tests are being done each week, scientists fear there is significant transmission by people without any symptoms. A new test by researchers in the city of Munich aims to find asymptomatic carriers and those who may have already had the infection and are immune.
This machine could bring relief from isolation for some. Here at the ESA clinic in Munich, doctors can not only test for the coronavirus, they can also see if patients unknowingly contracted the virus in the past. More than 100 samples can be processed in an hour. This is how it works. The sample vials are coated with building blocks from the virus's surface. If antibodies are detected in the patient's blood, they will attach to the blocks. The virus can then be detected with a different antibody that carries a dye and changes the sample color if positive. In addition to patients, the new machine will also allow healthcare workers to be tested.
This test will of course be offered to personnel working in infected areas, which will allow us to know who has already had the virus and has built up immunity.
It's thought the antibodies could provide immunity for years to come. For those with antibodies, that could mean a return to normal life. It's hoped that people who work in other sectors could soon be tested by their general practitioner.
Well, for more, I'm now joined by Fabian Schmidt from DW's Science Desk. Hello to you, Fabian. Now, hello. Now, how extensive is this new testing? I mean, how many people will actually be able to access these tests?
What the people in Munich, the scientists in Munich are doing right now is that they're first running a larger trial with 3,000 households that involves about 4,500 people, and they're going to be selected totally by random. These people are going to go from door to door, but not every door. They're having a certain system which doors they knock on, and they will be also joined by the police, so that there is some credibility to their claim, so that the people who get visited by these people don't know that it's not a hoax. So this will be a trial for the purpose of really finding out what the figure of unknown infections is in the overall population, so that one could then basically scale up to the entire population. Now, this machine that we've seen in the report is able to process about 100 tests per hour. That, of course, is not enough to test the entire population of a country with 80 million. But as more of these machines come into work, this will be a big improvement.
Well, what we also heard in our report is that knowing who's already had the virus could potentially allow us to ease some of the lockdown measures. Now, Fabian, how exactly would this work?
There are basically two questions. The first one, of course, is when will there be a herd immunity? We're very, very far away from that because simply the number of people infected in the percentage of the total population is probably still far, far too low to talk about a herd immunity in which basically the overall population is developing some kind of immunity. But what it could do is that these tests could help us identify people in the health system who have already had corona, who are over it, who are now healthy and who have an immunity, or people like bus drivers, police people, people who are in contact with a lot of basically broader population who then could still go about their work without having to fear that they get infected a second time.
And now, Fabian, quickly, if you can, could these tests somehow help in the development of a vaccine for COVID-19?
In the original development of the vaccine, they're not really that essential, but what they are essential for is to find out whether a vaccine is actually effective. So in the phase 3 of a vaccine development, when you're actually administering the vaccine to many people, then you want to know whether the vaccine actually triggered an immune response. And that should be possible to detect with this machine. So it's good to have it.
All right, DW's Fabian Schmidt, thank you very much.